What's going on, YouTube? 𝒃𝒆𝒦𝒕 here, and back by popular demand, here we go with another console Let's Play series. So, I play on Xbox One X, and this map is called Azure Gulf. And I've actually been eyeing this map for quite a while. I'm glad that we get a chance to play on it, build on it, and see what we can do. Now, as you guys voted, we are not playing with any cheats, mods, or unlimited anything. We are simply just doing it the old-fashioned way and playing straight up gameplay the way I think is intended to be. So, we're greeted with this oddly shaped square here. Tile, if you will, our starting tile. We've got an entrance from here, which is this beautiful bridge coming into the area. And I think that there's really only one way to go, and that's down this way and expand. So the way we're going to start this one is, first and foremost, we're going to pause the game so we don't waste any money. We're going to come over here. We're going to draw our very first road to unlock some of these additional roads. And we're going to start with a curve. Yep, that's right. We're going to start with a curve, just like on the last console Let's Play series. So you can check that out in the link in the top right. So we're going to go out by 4 blocks, and we're going to curve it by another 4 blocks like so. So that gives us a very nice curve. And then we're going to come all the way down to, say, about here with this 4-lane road. And then before I forget, and we find ourselves at the start of the game, let's connect this highway into our 4-lane road. There we go. That should be good. And then we got to flip the direction. And there it is. So perfect. It gives us a very nice connection into the city. And down the road, once we unlock highways, we're going to upgrade this. And we might even turn this into a 6-lane road. Who knows? But this is how we're going to start this off. Now, to zone the rest of this, or to start zoning, we've got to put in neighborhoods and designated areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here with some industry. The reason we're starting with industry here is because this part of the map is kind of made for industry, I think. We've got the hills here. There's not much else that I'd like to put here really other than industry, and we're kind of blocked off right here by this hill. Now down the road, what we could do is potentially, even if we buy that next tile, we could hook up to the highway over there so industry can have its very own access point. So that's what we're going to do there. We're going to start with industry here. I'm going to make another block down here, just like so. And actually, what I should have done is curved this. Perfect. I'm going to try to stay away from going up the hills and getting those nasty looking lumpies and bumpies. There we go. So that should be good. That should be plenty for our industry area. Now, what I'd like to do over here, while this is a grid here, I can't say that it isn't. What I'd like to do is I'd like to try and stay away from grids for, you can almost say, the rest of the build. Not necessarily stay away. That was a poor choice of words. Integrate some curvy roads like so, that will potentially be our main roads. So we're gonna go 4 and 4 and make a curve just like that. And then what we could do is we could build a grid off of this curvy road. So what I mean, I think personally that would give us very good variety and some really good looking neighborhoods in this particular area. So that's going to be a main road into this residential area that we're going to have up here. And then along the main drag down here, I think that we should have some commercial. And we're going to build, I'll build 2 blocks or 2 segments, 2 areas, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to have it just like so. And then additionally, what I'd like to have is an easier connection into industry from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect just like so. What this is going to do is it's going to prevent all of the industry vehicles from using this main patch of highway, or not highway, or road, to get into this commercial area here. Well, maybe later once we actually upgrade the roads, but that's the connection that I'd like to have there. And then we should have some residential up here. So since this is going to be a main road, we are most likely going to upgrade this to a 4-lane road later on. I'm not going to zone anything on it, but we're going to start with some neighborhoods up and this way. So something like that should be plenty for us to start off with and get some people moved in. And additionally, we can have another access point into the neighborhood right there. And that's it. So we've got an area for residential, commercial, and we have an area for industry. Next, we have to take care of the basics. We've got power, water, and sewage. I personally like to start with a coal power plant. So we're going to put that all the way up here. And then, since we're in this area, I like to use this inland water treatment plant. And we're going to put that there. And then next up is going to be a water tower. And that, I think we can tuck in somewhere over here in the residential neighborhood. Actually, yeah, let's put it up here. There we go. That should work. You know what a better place would have been for it? Somewhere up here on the hill. We might move it later. For the sake of, if we have some leftover money, how about that? We'll move it up that way. Next, we have to connect water pipes and power lines. It looks like we've got everything piped. So commercial, industrial, as well as our residential. Everyone has access to water, and both the water tower and the sewage treatment facility are connected. So we are good to go there. Next up is going to be power. So we've got to run this power 2 ways. Because our commercial is further away from residential here, we're going to run it down this way from here. And then since our residential is up here connected via this water tower, we're going to run that up this way. So we're going to snap to this road right here, and we can make a little square here. And then we're just going to run another one out this way. And there we go. That should be good to go. Next up, we've got to do a little bit of zoning. So for commercial, we're just going to plop a big old block right here. I'm actually going to not zone there. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to split this in half like so. So we can put in a pathway here, and maybe even a pathway kind of down the middle. What we're going to do is pay attention to some detailing on this map. So pathways there, maybe some trees and whatnot over here on the corner. And then we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. And we're going to split it again down the middle And the pathway, I mean, it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as we have one coming through. And then the reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to have a variety of buildings zoned on this main strip. So 4x4s are allowed here, and then we're gonna have 3x3s and 3x4s or 3x2s, 2x3s, whatever, zoning out on this smaller back road. So bigger buildings on the main road, smaller buildings on the back 2-lane road. And we're gonna do something similar in residential. We're gonna zone everything but the ending tiles. So ending tiles being this right here and this, and then we're gonna put a break in the middle, just like we did down in the commercial. But instead of putting pathways here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in fences, and you'll see when we unlock those what that is gonna look like. And then we're gonna do that for the remainder of all of this residential over here. And if it ends up looking really nice, what we'll do is we'll do it everywhere we build. Now we are also gonna need industry, and industry we shall have. So I'm gonna zone all of this right here to get us started with. And I think that's it. That's everything that we need to do. I did say that I was gonna try and move this water tower. This would cost us 700 to move, and we have 1650. And then we're also gonna need to run an additional power line down or up to the water tower. So we'll leave it for now. But later on, if I forget in this episode, remind me to move it up this way. That way we can utilize this block for additional residential. And that's it. One last thing. Let's go into economy under budget, and we're going to lower everything all the way down to 50%. We don't need 100% of budget going towards roads, electricity, or water and sewage. We're producing way too much, and we want to save as much money as we can getting started. So we'll put the game on 3 speed and kind of watch everybody move in. And I'm seeing some folks moving in over here already. And then this was the house that was first zoned, I think. Right, the Rosewood residence. So we're gonna honor the Rosewood family, since they were the first settlers in the city. And once we unlock districts, we're gonna name this whole district right here the Rosewood district. And that's it. That's really everything for now. The only thing that we have to keep doing is we have to keep zoning residential. I only did a little bit there because I didn't want them zoning just anywhere. But for the rest of this, yeah, let's get everything zoned. Okay, so what we're gonna do now that we have enough residential is we're just gonna let the game run and get up to that first milestone, and we'll take a look at what we unlock. Alrighty guys, and here we are. We have reached our first milestone, which is Little Hamlet. So we've unlocked a couple of things. We've unlocked taxes and loans. We've also unlocked new services such as garbage, healthcare, and education. And then new buildings. We've got the landfill, medical clinic, elementary school, the recycling center, and the community school. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to build ourselves a landfill. That way the garbage does not pile up. And landfill I'm going to put up here. And landfill doesn't require any water or power, just so you know. Then what we're going to do is we're going We're going to build ourselves a little school as well. And I think that we could have a friendly little neighborhood school just right about here. And what we can do is we'll come out by this much and we'll curve this and give it an additional access point from this main street right here. So you've got it from the neighborhood and you've got it from this main street right here. And a school is this elementary school right here, and we're gonna place it right there. That'll work. Now I hope that power will transfer here. It will. Will it? It's transferred. However, we've got to go into economy and increase our power budget, and we'll go up to say 80%. And same thing with water. Let's go up to 70% with water, and you'll notice these icons disappear. And there we go. So that's good. Now the only other thing that we have unlocked is a clinic, which is something that I will not place just yet. I am trying to save money to expand and upgrade the roads. And if we take a look under info views, we don't even have any sick citizens. So I think for the time being that we are good to go there. Now we're going to need to zone some additional industrial. So we'll put that right about here. And we'll let that come in. Residential we have plenty of. We've got 8,000 to play with. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and start upgrading some of these roads, because we are going to have to do that at some point. And I would rather start now while we have a few roads to deal with than when we have tons of roads to deal with. Okay, and it doesn't look like we've ran out of money, but there is one thing that I forgot. If we go back into economy, since we did unlock taxes, let's increase everybody's taxes up to 14%. They're going to help us pay to upgrade these roads. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to hop on over here into the Silver Sunset Bank, and we're going to take out a loan so we can get some of these roads upgraded. And we're going to leave the industry roads alone. The reason I say that is because we do unlock the actual industry roads. I believe it's going to be the next milestone. So for now, we're just going to leave them alone and not waste money on that. By the way, when is our next milestone? That would be here in about 70 people. So 800 in population. We're going to unlock a new tile, districts, policies, an additional loan that we can take, a couple of specializations, emergency services such as fire department, police department, a couple of unique buildings. We can start if we want to forestry specialization, not the industry but the specialization, as well as farming, self-sufficient buildings, organic and local produce, a couple new policies, and then a firehouse and the police station as the buildings themselves. So that's the next step. And let's take a look and see if we need to zone anything else anywhere else. Now that we do have the money, before I forget, I'm gonna pause and we're gonna move this water tower. Let's move it all the way up here. I think that'll be all right. Then we've got to get a water pipe and a power line up to it. So I'm going to get rid of these ones here, and I'll extend this one up here. Then we're also going to need to somehow connect into here. I was trying to avoid a power line this way, but I guess maybe that's just not possible for the time being. And then a water pipe. We will go up this way and just do that for the time being. So that should be good. That should keep power in our residential area. Let's double check. Yes, we've got power there. We got power to the water tower, and we're good to go. So I did mess up a little bit. This was supposed to be a 4-lane road as opposed to what I started upgrading down here to a 2-lane. So we're gonna fix that, and then we're gonna add a little bit more. Oh, it's gonna get rid of that power line there. Let's get that fixed. I wonder. Perfect, that'll work. And then what I wanted to do also is I wanted to add some additional residential up this one. Hey, look, I was moving a little bit too fast. We are now a worthy village. We've unlocked just everything that we went over a few minutes ago. So I know that what I want to do is I want to put in a firehouse and a police station right off the bat. And I think that if we build... what would look nice? Let's see. I think I want to have this connection right here. I think this will be perfect. So then here, what we'll do is we'll build a little police and fire department area. So police, we'll put that right about there. And then the fire department right there as well. That's kind of central, covers everything over here, except the industry. But down the road, we may give them their very own fire department. Who knows? And next, we need power. And I think for now, we're just going to run a power line like this. We can definitely remove that a little bit later. But for now, I think that's what's going to have to happen. So we've got 9,000 left. We do need additional residential. So I'm going to put in some additional residential down this way. Nope. And we're having some additional power problems, which means that we should hop into our budget and increase our power all the way up to 100%. I think that should be good. We'll increase water up to 80, and we'll leave that alone there. So I got a little bit of additional residential over here. We do need to provide water as well. All right, so we're going to pause right here. This icon, if you see this in your city, this means that our taxes are too high. If you guys recall, our tax rate is at 14%. So I knew that was a little bit higher than what we should have had, but we had to pay for the roads somehow. So we're going to decrease it down to 13% since we've got the roads already upgraded. And we should be all right there. So our next milestone comes at 1,300. And this is actually my favorite milestone. So we unlock parks and industries. We unlock landscaping, so we can use fences, pathways, and we can mess with the terrain, smoothing, and all that good stuff. We get leisure industry areas, a bunch of new policies that if we wanted to mess with, we could. Here we have the industry roads as well. These are the pathways. The rest of them, not so excited about canals, but we'll see. And then fences. Here we go. We've got new buildings. So we get a high school and a public library, but we also get a ton of parks, which is definitely something that we need in the city. So not too far away from that. Now, in preparation for getting there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a clinic here. We do have the ability to get that second loan, and I'll take that out. And I'm just going to do a little bit of additional zoning here while we get to that milestone. That's it. My favorite milestone, tiny town, where we unlock everything we just talked about. So we're not going to go over that again. We also got a cash injection too, so we are no longer broke. All right, so we were missing water there. We've got parks, so let's start with these parks. We're gonna put a playground right over here next to the elementary school. We're gonna come and we can even put a park. Let's see, this large playground over here. That should work very nicely. I think our city services, such as or these ones right here, the police department, fire department, I think they could use and benefit from a nice plaza if we can get one to fit. And I think this Paradox Plaza is going to work really well there. The rest of our industry would really like a plaza. Not industry, I'm sorry, commercial would like a plaza as well. Now this one costs 15,000. We're not going to go with that one. We're going to use this smaller one and put that in there. And we'll add 2 of them to spruce up the area a little bit more. And you guys saw all those happy faces. If you're new to the game, that increases land value and happiness in the city. Water, we're short on water. Let's come back over here into budget. We'll increase that up to 100%. And then the next time we see these icons pop up, that means that we're going to have to add an additional water tower, potentially even a new sewage treatment facility as well. But that's kind of what we have for right now. I don't want to cover too many things in this first episode or get too far ahead. I think that what we have now is sufficient. Now what we do owe ourselves is just a little bit of detailing here, and I think that we can definitely do that before we end the episode. Okay, and I think that takes care of everything. And you see how this just adds a little bit more of the realism, especially if you're from North America. Like my house has this kind of wooden fence in between me and my neighbors to recognize that what's fenced in is my kingdom right there. But that's kind of what I had in mind there, is just, you know, utilizing some of this stuff to get that additional attention to detail that I know we can make work on console. Now, as far as industry goes, we'll worry about upgrading that in the next episode. I definitely don't want to expand too far out this way because we do have the residential there, but I think that so far we've got a really nice start to the city. There is one thing that we still need to do, and that is add a high school, which I did forget. And I think this little dead end road over here would be perfect for a high school. So we'll come here, we'll add one of those, and I think that we can even put in a park right next to not park, a basketball court. Look at that. How perfect did that work out for us? Now, a high school is gonna need some fencing as well, and we're gonna try. I doubt that we'll be able to sneak it. Yeah, we're not gonna. What if we turn everything off and just try to go along the edge? Ha, that actually worked. Very good. Very good. And then we're going to run one kind of from here. up that way. And I think that should be good. If we really want to be picky, maybe we can get one closer to over here. Holy smokes, it'll let us. Perfect. All right, and then a couple of trees over here, and I think we should be good to go. What I'd like to do is I'd like to try and incorporate some of these darker trees into the map as well. I really like the way they look. These trees are one of the reasons why I really like to play on boreal maps, is because all the trees are kind of darker and they really pop well. And I prefer them over these lighter trees. So, okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for showing up for the premiere of the first episode of our city called Azure Gulf, which is having some power issues now, but we'll fix that on console. So back on console by popular demand. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. There will be more of these coming up here shortly. And if you have a place where you can share the video so my channel gets more exposure, please do so. That would help me out a ton. As always, be the best that you can be in everything that you do, and I will see you guys on the next one.